Will the government shut down end the Bitcoin bull run? Is it over, and should you sell all your crypto? Well, what if I told you there's actually opportunity? Now, to answer these questions, is the Bitcoin bull run over? We need to look at a period in history that is remarkably similar to the period we're at right now. I'm talking a Bitcoin halving year, a presidential election year, and a year in which we might get a government shutdown right before Christmas. The year that we are replicating is the tail end of 2020, but what did the charts say about that time, and what were the key events driving the price impacts? So I pulled up a lot of news articles, and now we're going to start looking at the dates and the impact on Bitcoin's price. Now, Trump signs a bill to prevent a shutdown after funding briefly lapses. So in 2020, during the tail end of the year, we had a lot of threats of government shutdown. Sometimes it went right down to the finish line, and then eventually, we have seen a couple shutdowns as well. And so the first run up to a potential shutdown was at the tail end of September. This article is covering the key events of September 30th and October 1st. So President Trump Thursday signed a bill to keep the government running into December, and he didn't sign it before midnight on Wednesday, so it went into Thursday of that period. So the date we're looking at, September 30th and October 1st. And I was actually shocked on how bullish this news was. So you can see here, October 1st, the news broke in the morning, and these are 12-hour candles that we're looking at. And then the candle for October 21st, that scam wick right there. Bitcoin literally never went that low again, ever. And so this potential shutdown that was averted ended up being a perfect bottom signal that we have literally never retested. And you can check and you can scroll and you can scroll, you'll never see Bitcoin that cheap ever again. And then the next key events happened in December. And so the October shutdown was averted. They kicked the can down the road. And then the roosters came home to roost around December. And so we had a bill that the U.S. lawmakers on Thursday blocked attempts to alter the government spending package. And so there's basically two people fighting. We want to do this to the bill. No, we want to do that to the bill. They couldn't come to agreements, and it looked like we were going to see another government shutdown. And this period of uncertainty started December 24th, and it was a very monumental set of events that created yet another local bottom. And if you look at the chart right here, this is the 24th. And so basically, we knew something needed to happen. We were waiting for this relief. So what ended up happening during this little period of uncertainty? Bitcoin, saw a little bit of a dip, fell about 10%. So that's actually a little bit sharper move than you would expect. But did we have a shutdown? Were we able to avert the shutdown? Well, Trump did end up signing a law. He ended up signing a massive relief plan in the funding bill Sunday evening, Sunday night. And Sunday evening is going to be the second 12-hour Sunday candle right there. And then you can see on Monday, we put in a little bit of a scary shakeout. And then yet again, it was another local bottom here. Signing it, Trump ended up creating another pump as people were finally not concerned, will the government shut down? But what about a real actual government shutdown? Because that could be in the cards. This is an article from today, Government Shutdown Live Updates. They're scrambling to reach a funding deal before Saturday. So we know when the shutdown is averted, it has created pumps for Bitcoin every single time. But what if the shutdown is not averted? What do the charts tell us here? We do have history of this. 2018, 2019, we had a shutdown that lasted for 35 days. And the shutdown started December 22nd, 2018, and lasts until January 25th. So basically the tail end of December to the tail end of January. And that ended up being a pretty bad moment to be holding crypto. Now, this was after a major dip. Looked like, okay, we're not going to have the shutdown. And then the tail end started right around this week right here. Bitcoin then went on a heck of a move to the downside, started all the way, remember, till the tail end of January. This is January 28th right there. Bitcoin fell 21%. But what's remarkable, Bitcoin had also just fallen. It had just fallen 50%, got a little bit of a pump, and then ended up creating a higher low. So this was when finally government shutdown averted. And what do you know? Look at that price action. Bitcoin just started going on a little bit of a run. You know what that crash was? That was, maybe something around March 2020. And then Bitcoin would never be this low again. And Bitcoin would never be that low again. And Bitcoin would never be this low again. So we've seen the government shutdowns create local bottoms every single time. And then after it's either averted or they finally get their act together over there at Congress, Bitcoin goes on an incredible run. So I don't know if this government shutdown is going to be averted, and maybe we do shut down. It could be a week, it could be a month, but I know I'm going to hold on to my Bitcoin. I don't have any plans of selling during this little period of volatility because I saw what happened afterwards. And folks, you aren't bullish. So folks, currently I don't have any plans of selling my Bitcoin into this volatility. We've seen when they finally get their act together, things like to go on a run to the upside. And so I'm going to be holding on to my Bitcoin, and I'll see you with yours at the top.